Hey there, I'm Todd. We launched Request Metrics a while ago, and it's been going great. In our last videos, Eric shared what we got right, and Jordan shared what we got wrong. Now, I'm going to talk about what we needed to change along the way, and where we're going next.
The fuck is this?
Software is never 100% correct, and there are things that we just don't understand when we start out. We need feedback from our customers, users, and our market to see what works. And we need to change a couple of big things in Request Metrics so far. The first major change was a focus on Google's core Web Vital metrics. When we first started out, we emphasized the classic performance metrics, the page load event. But in the months and weeks after our launch, we quickly discovered Google's new core Web Vital metrics were going to be very important. The core Web Vitals are a series of new performance metrics that Google created to better measure the end user experience of a web page. And Google intends to use these measures as ranking factors in their search results. Naturally, everyone who runs a website was super concerned with what their new core Web Vital scores were going to be. But none of the classic performance tools had a very good story to tell around this. It was the same old confusing data repackaged with new words. What did these scores mean? What did they really imply? And could you even trust them? It was really hard to understand how a page performed generally and what might be slowing down a site. So we decided to focus a bunch of our effort to build a new set of core Web Vital reports and promote them in our UI. And they've been hugely valuable and important. We kept our focus on real user data, or what Google refers to as field data. All of our core Web Vital metrics are aggregated from real users who visit your site. Never any synthetic data or developer tests or bots. We roll everything together by page URL and use Google's defined ranges for what's acceptable. It's real easy to see at a glance how your site is doing, where to focus your efforts, and what are the troublesome spots. The second major change was around endpoints. We built endpoints with the front-end developer in mind. We thought they would want to see how their APIs performed for real users, as well as what third parties might be causing problems. We built out endpoints with the same suite of features we built for pages, so that developers could understand not only the performance of their API, but why things might be running slowly. But as it turns out, it wasn't very valuable. First, because the number and frequency of third-party endpoints quickly drowned out anything interesting from your own API. Just one analytics or advertising partner would quickly generate thousands of API requests. Second, the data itself just wasn't very valuable. API performance was rarely changing, and the client side never seemed to be the problem. We were capturing tons of data around this and using a ton of space in our UI for endpoints that just wasn't all that interesting for our customers. So we changed our focus from API endpoints to page resources. Rather than deeply considering all of the AJAX data requests that go into your page, we decided to look more broadly at all the resources that go into the website. Things like JavaScript, CSS, images, fonts, and AJAX requests. To keep the noise down, we aggregate all this data by origin, or top-level domain, and the data type. This lets you see how well a given third party is performing, or how well your site design scales, without being so noisy. Even better, there's a much more compelling story about how resources contribute to page performance. We report this in a new set of charts called the resource timeline, which shows the aggregate time spent loading resources as part of your page. It's super helpful to spot bottlenecks in your loading sequence. I'm sure there's going to be more things we discover along the way, but for now, we have some ideas on what to focus on next. First, dashboard and details pages. These are pages that don't reflect a lot of the changes that we've made to Core Web Vitals, resources, and a lot of other new data we collect. We need to reconsider these pages, how they're presented, and what data is most important. Second, filtering controls. Our top-level filter is still based on the old page and endpoint concept, and it's super limited. We're considering how to make a richer set of filtering tools so that you can find the most important and most impactful pages in your site. And third, we need to expose our URL grouping rules. We've long had an internal set of tooling to help our customers group their page URLs that have unique keys in them. But there's so much variability in how teams design their URLs that it's impossible for us to do this programmatically. Our internal tools are fantastic, but the UX is a bit lacking. We need to figure this out and how to give a simple set of controls directly to our customers. That's where we are now. We've put a bunch of time into the core Web Vitals and into page resources. And we're going to be expanding into new reports, better filtering, and grouping tools. What's after that? Who knows? It depends on what happens in the wide world of web performance. Thanks for watching and following along with us as we build Request Metrics. Subscribe to our channel and check out more of our development, planning, and web performance videos. And you can learn all about Request Metrics at requestmetrics.com.